Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel, Amateurish. Today we're going to be making salmon ceviche. So let's get started. The ingredients are going to be in the description box below. So first off, what we're going to be doing is cutting up the salmon into some pieces. I'm going to speed this through. Then we'll go ahead and start dicing up the salmon. Now you're going to see that I'm doing it into small pieces because what we're going to do after we dice this up is start to add the lime juice, because the lime juice is what's going to actually cook the salmon. So as you can see, I am squeezing some lime into this. You are going to need about 2 to 3 limes for this step. Again, it may depend on how much of the salmon how much salmon you're using, but you do want to use a good amount. And then you also want to cut some cilantro. I love cilantro, so personally I used a lot. I think I even add a little bit more to this, but use as much as you like. Next up, we're going to cut this red onion. Now, one thing that you can do is cut against the veins. They say this helps prevent you having to, the tearing up effect that onions have. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard quite a bit of chefs say it. But we're going to defeat that whole thing in a minute because we're going to cut it into smaller pieces. And what you're going to want to do with the onion is throw it into the same bowl with the salmon so that the onions can marinate and soften up in the lime juice as well. No one really likes a really raw onion. And now I use a little bit of cucumber because they had it in the one in Brazil, but personally I don't like cucumbers. So I'm going to speed through this and show you. I'm cutting it into small pieces, then throwing it in there. Next up, avocados, very healthy for you. Do not buy them fully ripe. As you can see, I bought it enough to where I can cut it, and I'm going to cut this into small pieces as well, just like I did everything else. It won't be perfect. I was getting bored and tired of doing that. And then next up, the tomatoes. This got messy as well, so I skipped through some of this. But add as much or as little tomatoes as you want, and that's for all of these ingredients. If you know you don't like a lot of onions, don't add too much. If you know you don't like a lot of tomatoes, don't add too much. You can make this your own. Now what I'm grating here is ginger. This added a nice kick to this salad. It was really good, really refreshing over the summertime in Rio. Well, it was February, so I guess it was winter, but it felt like summer there. So anywho, there was a lot of ginger in it. I personally love ginger. You'll hear that in a lot of my videos. So with that being said, I did grate quite a bit of it in here. And again, add as little or as much as you want to this. Now, I don't know if they did this in Rio, but I personally decided to do it. I'm going to season up this with some garlic powder. I'm also going to add some onion powder to me. You just can't go wrong with these two. I did use about a teaspoon, or a little bit less than a teaspoon. I don't think the teaspoon was filled up all the way. And then I'm just going to go straight to salt and pepper. Just add as much or as little as you want to it. Just some regular salt and regular black pepper. And then now it's going to be time to mix it up. And as you can see, it's super healthy, super light. It's a great appetizer, great salad. You can also put a little bit more and have a meal. I decided to add some fruit to it, so you could add some pineapples or anything to it. I added some mangoes that I had and diced that up into it. You can create this and make it your own a little bit, but this brought a little bit of tropicalness to me. And I'm going to zoom in just so you guys can see how pretty that looks. Full of color, full of life. It was so good. It's probably like the only thing I actually really enjoyed in Brazil, mainly because it was so hot, and this just added a nice refreshment to me. So guys, this is how you make salmon ceviche. It's definitely an easy meal, and make sure you like this video if you like it, and as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's always a pleasure having